The What Keeps You Up at Night session has been a staple of the Leadership Summit since I can remember. Driven by Steve Firestone, he is president of Select Security and a volunteer leader for ESA. I'd like to welcome him to the stage now.
Thank you, Jillian. By my recollection, this is the 6th year that we've done the What Keeps You Up at Night, and whatever kept us up at night 6 years ago probably has changed a little bit. We're doing this for the first time, like everybody else, in a virtual world, and I'm quite confident that in spite of the challenge of not being on stage and getting audience feedback live, the panelists that I have with me today will certainly get everybody's attention, and we'll talk about some logistics in a moment as to how we handle questions and those kinds of things. I do want to, before I jump into our session, since this is the last of the official sessions for this year's Leadership Summit, I really want to take a moment to do a couple thank yous and recognitions. First of all, for those of you that are in this session, hopefully you had an opportunity to participate and view Joseph Catoni and Mike Staver and Steve Bookbinder, who's with us here again today. I thought the content and the delivery that those guys did was unbelievably good. And if you didn't walk away with some actionable steps to help you run your businesses in today's world, you probably weren't paying attention. I'm looking at the number of participants here. It looks like there's right around 1,250 participants, give or take 1,000 or so. So it looks like we're going to have really great attendance for our session. The other people that I want to do a special call out to, Merlin Gilbeau and Michelle and Jillian, whose faces you've seen throughout this week, have done an amazing job with pulling all of this together in a virtual world. When all of our lives changes, we tried to figure out how we were going to execute Leadership Summit for this year. And I got to tell you, I think they've done an amazing, amazing job. So to the three of you and your staff, from those of us that are volunteers in the association and other members of the association that are participating this year, we certainly can't thank you enough. So in our 6th year, I was reflecting back on how this What Keeps You Up at Night concept started. And the first year it was John Jennings and Steve Firestone on the stage. And for those of you who know John, you can wind him up and let him go. And 4 hours later, he'll still be engaged. And I think I probably contributed a little bit that year. But one of the things that John said all those years ago was, if you're not prepared for a changing world, now's the time to sell your business. And I recall there were some questions and comments from the audience during the Q&A time, like, what do you mean the world's changing? And are you telling us